1972 Ford Cortina. Obviously, as you can see, it's a two-door. It's got this lovely stance on, which you're either going to love or hate. Done by 13-inch wheels on the front, 14s on the back. It's got that sort of slightly muscly stance. Obviously 1600 Pinto in it. It does have what appears to be GT interior. It's got 2000 GT badges on the side, but we're going to ignore those. The car has been in storage for quite a few years. It's been pulled out, serviced, recommissioned, and it was driven to us. I have briefly had it down the road. It does drive well. The gearbox is lovely and tight on it as well. Really, really good. Right, let's start by having a look at the bodywork. Start on this front driver's corner. Obviously, as you can see, as we went around there, the whole thing's all the same shade of red as well. It's been stored in a nice dark storage spot rather than having sun on certain points of it. This front driver's wing, that's all nice and straight and tidy. The arch itself, if you look, you can see how clean the lip is all the way around. Really nice and sharp all the way around. Good wheel and tyre. Again, if they're not to your taste, they're very easy to change. No real marks or anything to note on this front wing. Obviously, it's got 2000 GT badges on, but it is a 1600. All nice and sharp on the bottom there. If we go down, you can have a good look coming along that sill. It's not been jacked up wrong or crushed or anything like that. Again, underneath, nice and tidy. That driver's door, there's no sort of marks or anything to particularly note. The bottoms of the doors are nice. You've got one little sort of lump in the paint, but it looks like it's actually extra paint as opposed to corrosion or anything. Around the handles, all nice and tidy. The seals are all nice and straight as well. Chrome work on the mirror is good. Coming up this A-pillar, all good. And then if you look along that gutter, that's nice and clean along there. The roof itself is nice and straight. It's not full of ripples or dents. I would say it could do with a little bit of a good polish. There's sort of a few dry spots here and there, but would polish back nicely. Coming down this rear pillar, you've got a little, I mean, we're being really picky, but there's a tiny, if I can get it on the camera there, little reaction in the paint just there. The rest of this rear quarter, all nice and tidy. The car's had a quick clean, but it could do with a proper polish up as well, just with it being sitting in a dusty area. There is a little chip on the corner of the door there as well. This arch, again, lovely and sharp, all the way around. Another good wheel and tyre. Coming round up the back, and the bumper sits nice and straight all the way across, which is good. Both rear tail lights, nice and clean and bright. No sign of any cracks or anything in there. Should point out as well, I don't know if the arches have been sort of stretched out ever so slightly. Just with the way the body line's slightly different from what from memory, I would say is standard. But again, you folk guys will know better than I do. Lower half that valance, apart from needing a good wipe down because we've missed that, it's all nice and straight. And again, that lip, solid all the way along. There's no sort of flex or anything in it. All the badging and everything in the right spot. I did notice that the O is a little bit loose. So we'll probably take that off and keep that safe. Top of the boot lid, all nice and tidy along there. On the bottom of the screen as well, there's no sign of any corrosion or anything coming through there. It's obviously been stored in a dry place. And then same goes here. If you look down that passenger side, it is nice and straight. Lower half that valance, and then onto the arch again, nice and sharp. But you can sort of see what I mean where this body line kicks out. I do think it's been sort of that old school bit where you cut it and pull it out slightly. Looks great in person, obviously with this sort of flared bit. Another good wheel and tyre. And coming up this A-pillar, this rear pillar onto the roof again, you can see from this angle, nice and straight. All the glass is clear. Ford stamped glass as well, so it's correct glass. Let's have a look at the sill on this side. And going on there, all nice and straight. It's not been jacked up wrong or rammed up any curbs or anything. Moving to the front wing, again, lovely and sharp. They're really, really good. The arches all the way around on all four corners. There's no sign of any real corrosion anywhere on the car. Coming down the pillar there, nice and clean. Along this scuttle, it's all good. There's a tiny little lump in the paint there again. I think it's the same as on the door. It's a little bit of excess paint. And then round on the front, indicator lenses, headlights on both sides, all nice and clear. And then the front bumper, nice and straight. The lower valance is good. Moving round into the interior, and it has got what I believe is GT spec interior. Obviously it isn't a GT, someone's put the interior in, but it does suit the car. Nice clean black vinyl door card, nice and clean on the driver's seat, sort of not collapsed or anything like that. All the piping's nice and tidy. Carpets could do with a good hoover, but they're not ingrained with dirt or anything like that. And then into the back, Lovely and clean in there as well. I don't think that's seen much use at all. Headlining sort of a little bit loose in places in the corners, as you can see. But it isn't dirty or anything like that. It's missing the centre section off the steering wheel there, as you can see. But the rim and everything nice and clean. It's showing 68,000 miles. A bit dark, you can struggle to see that. 68,000 miles. If you check the description, we'll detail what we know as far as history goes for what we've got to back that up. It does have these set of gauges, which again I believe are aftermarket, so it's for volts, fuel, oil pressure, temperature. But I might be wrong, it could be original. The gear change, like I mentioned earlier, is lovely and tight. That's really, really good. Coming round into the boot. It does come with this box of spares. There's all sorts in there, air cleaner covers, and I'm presuming just stuff that's been accumulated over the years. If we look in the boot, it's had the odd patch here and there, as you'd expect for a 50-year-old Ford, but they look to have been good jobs. The boot floor itself's lovely and solid. Seems to be a patch here, little one there, and a couple around the filler neck. Obviously usual, exactly the same spots they always get them, but actually the rest of it, lovely and solid. It's been a good job. No sign of any corrosion coming through now. Nice and clean passenger door card. We've got an aerial for the radio that's sat in a bag there just to protect it, because it's got that sort of, those retro looking stereos that have the Bluetooth and everything, I think. All good on this rear, or this front passenger seat. Same as the other side, nice and clean and tidy. Same in the back. Dash top and everything, that's all good. No cracks or anything in that. And then under the bonnet, like I say, 1600 Pinto. It does appear to have a nice manifold on it. Inner wings and everything are lovely and clean. Bulkhead's nice and tidy all the way around. No sign of any corrosion at all. Again, it was driven to us. Charlie's going to get it started up for us now. Nice happy little engine. We go around the back, you see there's nothing spewing out the back. So there you have it. Cortina 2-door 1600. If you've got any more questions, please get in touch. Thank you.